Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel again. Uh, I thank all my subscribers for watching my videos. And please, if you like my content, please subscribe. Today is just like a beautiful day here in Davao. Super beautiful weather. Little clouds, not too much, okay, and it was like 24 degrees when I woke up. I was like so cold, I had to wear like a blanket. Anyways, we'll get to today's topic, and it's a continuation of my last video, and it is how to get over the end of a relationship. I live near the airport, guys, so please bear with me. This is an airplane coming in for a landing. As I told you in my previous video, I had the one night stand with Lori, and next morning, when we saw each other at work, it was just like nothing happened, and Jack begged her and apologized to her, and he broke up with Andrea, so she ended up going back to him. Now, there was one lady, she was working at the restaurant, she was working as a waitress, and I started to notice, that she is, taking interest in me. So one day, we have a black American gay working with us in the restaurant. He's the only black American working there, and his name was Stefan. So he's like, hey, why don't we go out, after work? A couple of us are going to go out. And I was like so busy. I'm like, yeah, sure, we'll go out. But it has to be, somewhere in the vicinity, because my apartment is not far, and there's a couple of resto bars next to it. And we finish our work, and I show up. We agreed, to show up at this new opened resto bar. And when I came there, there was one of the staff members that I work with. Her name is Cheryl, and I really liked her because she was probably the most honest waitress there. Because every time I would be her busboy, she would give me an excellent tip. At the end of the night. So she was just one of the nice ones. Where Stefan, he would try to rip me off. And the other waitresses, they'll start, rip me off because they know that, I have money coming in, from overseas. So they're like, this rich guy, he doesn't need to work. But like I told you, I showed up, and there was Cheryl, and I didn't know anything about her background. And she had a young boyfriend who was German. I mean, this guy was like really good looking, pure German, young guy. Cheryl must have been in her 37, 39, like that, okay? And he was very young. Maybe he was maybe 22 years old. So I was introduced to him, as her boyfriend. And we just, had a great time, everything, had a few drinks, and we just went home. But I could tell, I could see, something in Cheryl's eyes, that it was getting to be the end of the relationship with the German guy, and she was looking for another option, kind of, from the way she talked, from the way she looked at me. And I looked very exotic. I had like Bob Marley dreads, okay, and I looked very, very exotic. Not a lot of people looked like me in that area, so looked like a Jamaican, a Puerto Rican, whatever, South American. I really, really, was a good looking person. Anyways, with that said, uh, she approached me one day, and she's like, "What do you want to do after work?" I'm like, "Well, I'm free, you know. What do you want to do?" So she had like an Isuzu Trooper Jeep with the horses on the side. If you're familiar with it, I don't know. I think it was a V6 or V8 or something. And she just happened, you know, to live in the neighborhood, this fancy neighborhood where the fancy restaurant I used to work in, which is the Hill. And she took me to her house, and I was like amazed, you know, at her house. And I'm like, "Why are you working, you know, as a waitress?" You know, so she's like, you know, "I'm working as a waitress, you know, so me and my husband, we get out of each other's hair, you know." So she sat down with me. We sat beautiful lawn, beautiful pool. We sat out there, had a couple of beers, you know, and smoked some whatever, you know, college young people smoke, you know. And she started opening to me, and she told me that, you know, her and her husband are, he's an electronic engineer, and her husband are just staying together for the kids. So their setup was that me and Cheryl would babysit the kids when he goes out with his girlfriend, and he will babysit the kids, the two kids, very beautiful, very young little kids. And when we go out, he'll babysit them. And he was funny, you know. Every time I met him, he's like, "Hey, Muhammad, are you or Muhammad? Hey, Cheryl, did you F him yet? Did you guys F yet?" And you know, I was like, kind of, you know, surprised at the way, you know, he's talking to me, but I just like smiled, you know, and kind of like remained silent, and not to try to sit with him, you know, like go out, you know, where the pool is, or you know, tell Cheryl, "Hey, let's go somewhere." So I'm the new boyfriend now, and I'm getting, you know, my life together after, you know, my best friend fucked me, and my ex, you know, screwed me. And I was like, started running, quit smoking, quit drinking. You know, I was just like concentrating on graduating and getting an H out of York. I remember one beautiful time, you know, where at the complex where I live, you know, I would always go study at the swimming pool, and butterflies, you know, they'd fly, you know, around, you know, in the swimming pool. And it was just like the most loveliest feeling you could ever have, you know what I mean? Especially, you know, when, you know, when you've been, when you have been going through a breakup, you know, you just see that butterfly, and it's like, you know, sometimes I'd see it, you know, and I'm like, I make a wish, "God, please, you know, help me to finish this up, you know, and just get out of, you know, get out of York." So me and Cheryl, you know, we would go out. We went out maybe almost every other night together, and she would take me like to remote places. She will not take me, you know, to the usual nightclubs or resto bars, you know, that are located in New York. We would go like somewhere near a place, Susquehannock River or Susquehannock or something. So we'd go there, and one time it was like so super funny. We went there, you know, because she doesn't, you know, she has a neighborhood, and she has a reputation, and so she doesn't want, she wants to be, you know, the happily married wife kind of thing. And we went there, you know, and we were like splattered, you know, at that place. It's a nightclub. And she said, "Oh my God." I'm like, "What?" She's like, most of the wives, of my neighbors are here, and they're with guys that are not their husband. So, I laughed at her. I'm like, is it just like what we're doing? You know? And she really helped me out. She was a very intelligent lady. She took me, out of, helped me pick up the pieces and everything. And I would tell her everything, I mean, I trusted her like, 100%. I would tell her everything about me, you know. I never, mentioned Jack, or I mentioned Lori or something, okay? And one night she's like, listen, why don't we go like to Redmond Lake? And Redmond Lake is really a beautiful lake, it's one of my favorite lake. And I would constantly go there because it's just like so beautiful. And, you get out of town and you go to that lake and you listen, it's just like a refreshment, for your mind, at this lake. It was like so beautiful. And I would go there, all year round, and see the change of the seasons, the beautiful color of the trees. It was just like fantastic. So one day she took me to Redmond Lake, okay, and she brought some cheeseburgers. And unfortunately, she after I ate the cheeseburger, she's like, "Look, I don't want to scare you, okay, but I put a couple of mushrooms in the cheeseburgers." I'm like, "Mushrooms? What is that?" I like the Swiss and mushroom cheese sandwich. I think it was from Hardee's or Burger King or something. That was like my favorite. But she's like, "No, no, 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 no. These mushrooms are different. They're hallucinogenic." Anyways, that will be another story. But during when mushrooms, started kicking in and everything, okay, then she goes, well, I'm working on a project, with Lori, to help Jack, finish school and graduate and like that. And I was like, first of all, I'm not in right state of mind. Second thing, I don't know what this lady she did to me, with the mushroom. I even asked her, before I just went. I just, it's just a feeling, you will. I don't know. You will. I mean, that somebody does something, and then he tell you that that they put the shroom in the sandwich, and you don't know what the reaction is. And it was just, I felt, like I was being hanged, from the time the mushroom kicked in until the time, the mushroom kicked out. Okay, I would just felt like somebody was like choking my soul, choking me, choking my inner soul, just like squeezing it out, to the point where it came to where it was gonna like pop, and then all of a sudden, shing, back to reality. But I remembered, that she's hanging out with Jack. So, anyways, we went home. She slept over, and then woke up in the morning, had breakfast. I didn't say anything about it. Then I met her at work, and then when I met her at work, I'm like, "You're not. I don't see you, very friendly with Lori at work. Okay, so you're hanging out with her after work. Let me get this straight." She's like, "Yeah, and she's like, Jack is really, sorry, and he wants to get back to you because you're his best friend, and you're this and you're that." And then I told her, then, my background with Jack, and my background with Lori. I was very truthful to you, and now we've had a relationship for 4, 5, 6 months, and you have not mentioned, even once that you're hanging out with Jack. So I've made a decision. okay, that we were gonna go, we were gonna break up, and I told her, and she's like, no, please, let's not break up. We're having a good time. You've never seen anything bad from me. But I told her, I said, look, I just want to cut that communication. I don't want this guy to know anything about me. So basically, guys, this is how to get over the end of the relationship. You just need to get rid of everything physically and in here of whatever. Okay, I mean, don't even give them, you know not even a second in your prime. Your brain is like a prime property real estate. Don't even give them, a second thought. Just flush them out of your system and flush their physical stuff out. Anything that they might have given you, a ring, a necklace, or whatever, a shirt, or whatever. I mean, all of this, you can throw all out, and then also get them out of your brain, because later on, okay, you will find out that you made the right decision. Thank you very much for watching my channel, and I'm gonna share, other stories about my life, because, I'm kind of like lazy, to write a book, but hopefully, I will just share it in videos. Please, 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 guys, please subscribe.